Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com and summitsmaster.com. It's been a few days. I was away on vacation, seeing my family. Had a family reunion. It's always good to see family and to see that everybody is doing well. A lot more people than I thought showed up, almost 300 people, which is very good for a family reunion. And maybe yours might be higher. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about debt lawsuits. If you have collections on your credit reports, so it's not just if you're getting sued right now. If you have collections on your credit reports, you're going to want to pay attention to this video, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you avoid pain in the future. Some of you, if I was to use a ruler, if I was to have a ruler right here in front of me, and a ruler goes from 1 to 12 inches, and some people are on like number 1, some people might be on number 6, some people might be on number 12. I'm going to be talking about the people that are on number 12. But here's the thing. Everybody who made it to number 12 started at 1. And that started with them having charge-offs on their credit reports. They did not do anything about those charge-offs on their credit reports. And when I say do something, that means that they didn't do debt validations directly to those furnishers of those charged-off accounts. If they were sold to debt collectors, they didn't do debt validation to the debt collectors. And when I say debt validation on an original creditor account, some people are like, why would I do a debt validation on an original creditor account? Because some of the creditors package them up and they sell them off to people, and the amount that they have on there may not even be accurate, but a lot of people don't care. That's what they're hoping. Like, people get sued for debts from credit card debt that they had, and they were like, Steve, I'll only charge $5,000, but they're coming after me for $8,000. The reason why that happens is because when people are at number 1, well, I would say if you got charge-offs, you're like halfway there. If you got charge-offs, just depends on how many months you've had that charge-off. So if you got charge-offs, you're halfway there. You're depending on the amount of debt, and I'm seeing them for as low as $750. They will, at some point, when they gather enough people in your area, they will sue you. And for those smaller amounts that people will be like, well, it's just smaller amounts. You can challenge them with your response, or you can move to settle them, because it settled them. Because if they're not that much, it in a way, you could probably settle them for less than what it would cost for services. And definitely, you're not going to hire an attorney to go and challenge a lawsuit that is for $750. And they know that. That is exactly what they know, because then they're like, they're not going to go get help. For us, it only costs $159, but we would still try to push you to go settle that debt rather than pay us the money. But they are hoping that you don't do nothing. Like, number one thing, don't do nothing. They get the judgment, and then they go and they had that default judgment, and then they get to add up the fees and interest. I'm going to be talking specifically about an individual that called me, but I've had 2 of them today. 3 of them today with default judgments, and this is going to blow your mind when you hear the amount of money that was taken from this lady. And you're going to also be shocked when you hear how they took money that she didn't have. You might be saying, well, Steve, how can they take money that you don't have? I'm going to tell you how they take money that you don't have. You got to be very careful. So number one, say it with me or in your mind, whatever. Number one, if we look at that ruler, and if you have bad credit, start working on it now. If you have bad credit, start working on it now before it gets to number 6. If it's at number 6, start working on your credit in a hurry. Like, start now, because you want to delay what they're going to be doing next, which is going to number 12. And when they get to number 12, all bets are off. It's going to make it a lot more difficult for you. So what I'm doing is I'm like trying to save you. And I just, when I get calls like I got today, I have to make these videos. People don't understand the pressure that people will be under when these debt collectors start doing what they're doing. And I'm here to tell you that there's barely any CFPB rules right now with debt collection. They do not give a you know what about the CFPB. States are wishy-washy. Courts, wishy-washy. People have reported that some judges, some clerks are telling people, oh, I don't know why they would say this. Maybe they're lying to me, but they say like, hey, don't worry about it. Just fill out this form. And they don't even know that form that they're filling out is an admission form. And then they say, I did not admit to the debt. And it was like, yes, you did admit to the debt. It's right there on the form. You can be trapped even if you don't even own, like the debt is not yours. The amount is inaccurate. If you do not submit the correct responses, you will be in a trap. Before I proceed, I want to show you something here in the background. We have Harris County. Reason why I chose Harris County is because this is where I'm getting the majority of the calls for people who are getting money taken straight out of their bank account. Right here, Harris County, Texas. This is like what I think, like some of the counties. I think it might be Fort Worth. Let me just type in here, Harris County, Texas cities. We got Spring, Humble, Pasadena, LaPorte, Bel Air, Webster, Deer Park. It's a whole bunch, a lot. So if you live in Harris County, whatever y'all's court system is doing, and I was just down in Texas, whatever the court system is doing, Harris County, you have to be careful. Now, I'm not saying it to try to scare you about fighting your lawsuit. What I'm saying is that if you disregard and do not respond to your lawsuit, especially right now in Harris County, I'm about to tell you the potential outcomes of what can happen. So I was on a call today earlier, and the young lady said that they took her money. Whenever I'm speaking to people, and before I get to that, just look at the lawsuit amounts, 20,000. Look at this. Look at all the, and this is only to 2025. They haven't even done 2020 anything up to 2026 yet. So I get the call, and she says they took my money, and I'm like, what do you mean they took your money? Who took your money? She said the attorney took her money, and I was like, okay, why would the attorney take your money? She said, well, I had a lawsuit, and they didn't even let me respond. And I was like, are you sure they didn't let you respond? And I went through what that means. Like, some people think that they didn't let me respond means like when they get a garnishment order, they're thinking that now I need to respond to the lawsuit. No, it's too late to respond to the lawsuit. You have to respond to the garnishment order. And basically, it's not going to be a response to the garnishment order on not taking any money. It may be a response to try to get a limited amount of money taken from you. Like, that's where a lot of the confusion comes in, is because people think that when they are getting garnished, that now is the time to respond to that debt collector lawsuit. And I'm here to tell you that it's too late to respond to that complaint. You've already made it to 12, you're on 13 now. Going through this stuff, it makes it very hard for people to sleep. People are stressed out. They're thinking that their world is crumbling down on them. It's already tough for them right now, and you may be finding yourself in this situation. And when people go through this, they make it very hard to move forward. And I know for some people might be, well, Steve, it's easy for you to say, but I must remind you, and I say this a lot, I was once sued for $104,000. Some of these lawsuits are 2,000, 3, 4, 5, 10. How about 104,000? How would you feel? How would you deal with it? So I know exactly how you might be feeling if you're going through this. I've had bad credit, and I know how it feels to have bad credit where you can't get approved for nothing. People look at you a certain way when you try to get approved. I done went through that whole thing, and I done built my credit back up. So I say this and I make these videos to let you, number one, understand that I've been where you are potentially at right now, and I know how to work out of that situation. With this person that lives in Harris County, they took her money, trying to find out why they took her money. It ends up that she has a default judgment. And she was saying, well, they didn't serve me. And I said, well, maybe they did serve you and you didn't respond, because I don't want to, make assumptions. And I said, you need to get the documents and you need to check so we can make sure of it. And it did say that she had a default judgment. So she did not get served. She had actually also said that she had contacted an attorney and she paid an attorney. When you get sued, these attorneys will send you letters. And she said, I paid the attorney. And I said, well, can you get in touch with them? Who was it? Why didn't they follow up and say something was resolved with this account? Why are you getting hit with this default judgment? And the thing about it is that this default judgment was from years ago. It wasn't like something that just recently happened. So she paid her money to the attorney. Attorney didn't do anything. There's no follow up, no nothing. All of a sudden she wakes up and guess what happened? $8,673.16 was taken out of her two bank accounts. Now, here's the part, and you might be saying, well, Steve, why didn't they just garnish wages? Because, and that's why I talked about Harris County, Texas. For the entire state of Texas, they don't garnish wages. It's against the law for them to garnish wages. But guess what? They go and they take all the money out the bank account. Now, here's the crazy part, though, and I've talked about this in other videos. She didn't have $8,000 in her bank account. She only had a little over $4,000 in her bank account. So you might be saying, Steve, why were they able to take $8,000, 8,600, 707, $8,673.16 when she didn't even have all of that money? The reason why is because when the banks see that court document, and this is something that the debt lawyers are starting to understand, and I believe that this will spread like wildfire to all 50 states. If you go to try to garnish wages from someone and you're taking, payments, and you had an option in any state to just go and take it out of the bank account, and the bank, even if they don't have the money in the bank account, the bank is going to give them all of the money because they see this court order. And then the bank is going to charge you fees, overdraft fee after overdraft fee after overdraft fee. And if that total amount that they took out was not enough to satisfy the debt, then whenever you put money in there, they're going to take that money and give it to them. This is what's happening in North Carolina, South Carolina. This is what's happening, and it's starting to also it's moving into other states where they're just like, forget the garnishment, just go to the bank account. Once they learn that this is something that the banks will do, that they're just looking at that option. Now, this is not to scare. It's not to scare anybody, because all of this type of stuff can be avoided. Number one, like I said earlier, work on your credit early. Deal with the collections. Validate those collections. The next thing is, if they're suing you, respond to lawsuit because you're ahead of it. when you're ahead of it. And I know it's tight, and people be like, I don't want to spend any money. I don't know what to do, know what to say. Don't worry about that. I'm going to help you with that later. The thing that I'm trying to get across is that no matter where you're at in the process, is that you have to figure out where you're at and then get the right help, and then you have to move forward. You cannot, don't let these people come where you're backtracking. Backtracking from a default judgment is a very difficult task. Backtracking when they're already garnishing your wages from a default judgment is very difficult task. And you just don't want to go through that stuff. So now, for the people who are still watching this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the options if you want to work with us, if you want to get information to us. But what I want, before I even offer help, if you contact us for help, you need to get documents over so we can review them, because I don't want you to go through what these callers today went through. I just don't want you to go through it. So if you contact us, we want to see the documents, and then we'll tell you your options. It's up to you to do what you want to do once you know your options. We don't force and put high pressure sales on anyone. So if you're being sued by a debt collector, well, first let's start with the credit. If you have bad credit, visit thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, What Makes Us Different, where you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. The 8-point validation process counts with the charged off accounts. It doesn't matter if it's an original creditor or debt collector. That needs to be done to see what's going to be the status of that account. The next thing is, if you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. You're going to need that so you can know what's on your reports. Like, you're going to have to look at it and be ready to do something about it. We'll do that review with you. The next thing, if you're being sued by debt collectors, you need to go to summonsmaster.com, where you can either upload your documents and get a response, or you can send them to us and we can do it for you. We have a done for you service right on there. If you don't want to mess around with the documents and you don't want to put them together to upload them in the Summons Master, get the done for you service so you don't procrastinate. And no matter which direction you go, to done for you or you do it yourself using our software, it's going to do this: no default judgment. That means you're ahead of the game. Delay the case 3 months to 1 year. That means it's buying you time. You can breathe. You can sleep. Next thing is that they may approach you with a very good settlement offer. Nothing wrong with that. That's your choice. Again, you're ahead of the game instead of behind. And then instead of playing catch up. And then number 4 is that your case could get dismissed because you had the appropriate type of response that can actually defend yourself in the case without you having to say anything. So that's what the offer is with us, with the Credit Repair Shop and summonsmaster.com. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and Founder of the CreditRepairShop.com.